Introduction to Computers and Programming. So the first part is what a computer is. It's really a programmable machine designed to follow instructions. The instructions are in computer memory, and the memory itself is the program. What the machine does, how the machine is put together inside, like the software, is done with programs. And computers only follow instructions. The programmer is the person who writes the instructions for the computer to do the task. So without programmers, there's no programs. Without programs, a computer can't do anything because a computer is stupid. There are two types of programs that software is available in, and they are system software, like operating systems and other tools that are used for getting your computer to work, just the basics. And then there's application software, and we're talking things like Word, games, and programs to solve specific problems. I want to talk about programming languages and what they are. A programming language is basically a way to communicate with the computer. The computer only knows machine language, and we cannot understand machine language. So we need to create a medium, something in between, in the middle of us and the computer, and that's what this language does. It helps us to talk with the computer and to create algorithms and things like that. So there are many different programming languages, and these are the popular ones that we can speak of today. The one I know the most is C++, but the one Unity uses is C#, and all of these are all programming languages. Sharp is this pound sign right here, and it's C# and C++ are kind of the same. At the beginning, all of these programs are basically the same, about 90% the same. And if you were to get a degree in programming, the higher in the degree you go, the less common these programs become. So let's skip ahead to what parts of a program we can use. Let's do this. So this right here is the IDE. It's the development environment, and you can look at this as like a Microsoft Word but for programming. And you know how Microsoft Word autocorrects you, it helps you with the spelling, it helps you with the grammar, it tells you where to put a period, it tells you where to stop multiple words right after one another, like the, and. So right here you have these colors that tell you what parts are what in the program, and also it tells you what is right and wrong with the program to help you figure out if your program is going to run correctly. So we're going to have different parts, different IDEs available. This one right here is Microsoft Visual Studio, which is the one that Unity can use. It's the one I use with Unity, and I really like it. So when you have one of these programs, there's going to be parts to it, and the first part is keywords. There's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5. There's more, but parts to a program. So the first thing I want to talk about is keywords. Keywords are known as reserved words. They are words that you cannot use without them meaning something already. So you have something like an int, and you'll see in this picture that int, well, double is the same thing as int. It's kind of different. Int right here, you see that? I'll go back. Int right there by main is blue, and depending on the way you set up your IDE, which is like Word, it's a way of editing your program. The color tells you whether or not it's a keyword. So this blue right here is a keyword. Using namespace, these two are keywords. Include is a keyword, but it's a special keyword, so that's why it's gray. So you have int, double, and return right here. These are all keywords, and they mean something beyond just typing letters. So those are keywords. They cannot be used for any other purpose besides what the program thinks it's going to be for. So we have some circles right here, which is circling the ones that we just went through, but I wanted you to see the colors because the colors are nice. Yes. So then we have, where are we? Okay, then we have identifiers, and these are names that we assign to memory. So whenever your computer is remembering what you typed before, it's put in the memory, and that's what it is. It's memory. So we are identifying things that are in memory here. And right here, hours, rate, and pay are something that you put in to really put in a memory in the computer. So the difference between keywords and identifiers is that identifiers are created by the person, and keywords are pre-created. They're predefined. They're created already in C#. So now the next part is operators. Operators are the small plus, minus, multiply, divide. Some of them are 2 characters long, like these right here, and you will see that in this, whoops, okay, good for you, that you could see right here that there are, I don't think the semicolon is one, but that's like a syntax, you know, it's grammar. It's like a period at the end of every single statement. That's what those semicolons are, they're periods, and it says, this line is done, then period, then this line, then period, then this line, then period. And you can make these right next to each other, and it would be the same thing as long as you have this period, like in a sentence, but with the semicolon. So you see these right here, these little less than, that's an operator. This equals an operator. This multiply is an operator. I hope they're operators, because I'd be embarrassed if they weren't. Let's double check. Okay, operators are only the plus, minus, times and the other one. Punctuation is the one that we're talking about, the periods and the commas. So it's just like English, where you have periods and commas. It's basically learning a new language. However, the programming languages are very similar at the beginning, so no matter what you learn at the beginning, you end up advancing in all languages. And after a while it stops happening that way, but just get through the beginning and you'll really get a handle on different programming languages. Just memorize this stuff so that you can understand it in the future. So I think I just hit the 10-minute mark, so I am going to end it. Next time we can do something else. Just ask me a question and I'll answer it. Maybe we could do how to set up Unity. I don't know. So yeah, just text me.